This video is an interesting one because it's something that just happened to me. Do you ever get in those modes where you have like an afternoon free and you think to yourself, I really need to do something that's creative? When you're so used to the idea of creating something on a regular basis and having a really regular, systematic approach to creativity, like setting apart time every day or something like that, it can almost feel like you're falling behind in your creative skill when you don't utilize that time in the way that you thought you would. And so there suddenly becomes this rush like, hey, I need to be creative today. Whether it's writing something, writing a melody, writing a chord progression, writing out some lyrics on my notes app on the phone, something like that. But the thing that I'm really specifically referencing that I experienced today was nothing came out. Nothing happened. There was no significant breakthrough in an idea. There was no spark of inspiration that manifested itself when I really wanted it to. And ultimately, you could even leave that specific moment of productive energy feeling disappointed. And that's kind of what happened today. Me and my beautiful cat Beans over here, who's sitting in the chair next to me, we were just sitting here having a good old time, playing FIFA or something like that. I had this moment where I was like, man, I feel like I'm doing nothing. I feel like I'm wasting my time almost. And that's something that I feel like is a little bit of a normalized thought in my life. I can very readily admit that I have a hard time being at rest or in a stagnant place, which has its pros and it has a lot of cons. The way it manifests itself sometimes is that I have a really hard time creatively sitting still and developing an idea out to its fullest extent. I write it down, move on, write it down, move on, record the vocal, move on, record the melody, move on. And it feels like I never finish anything, which is really funny to me because I've had days and even weeks and months where I feel the God-given inspiration to write out a whole, from start to finish, product and song. And there seems to be no writer's block. All the ideas are flowing. All the beats are coming to my mind. All the mapping and the MIDI mapping, which it's funny how many technical producers think in terms of MIDI. Something I figured out recently. So when that doesn't happen, it's really frustrating. Well, why can't I feel like that all the time? And the point of this video is not to say, hey, my name is Jeremy and I have writer's block. The point is to say, don't force it. I feel like in our day and age, grind culture, grinding out something every day is the definition of success. And when you're not constantly grinding, it can feel like you're failing. In reality, God has created human thought, human emotion, but he's also created dependency, which is why I firmly believe that every song idea that I've ever had that I've finished, and even a lot of the ones I haven't finished, really have come from the origination of his thought. Now, I don't want to give myself an excuse to not write something, but my point in making this is to say, sometimes it is okay to not feel like you're doing anything productive creatively. And it's okay to rest, and I'm still learning this on a daily basis. That's it. That's the only reason I made this. Have a lot of grace with yourself, and don't feel like your examples that you see who are grinding out an idea every day, that are hitting the algorithm every day, that are hitting on your Instagram or your TikTok every day, are the only ways to do it. Sometimes you need a breather. Sometimes you need to think things over. And sometimes you just need to play FIFA and enjoy it. That's it. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.